These are the topics, and then I'll go dive deeper into the topics. So you guys who are listening can try to navigate. I don't know about the timestamps. I don't know about the timestamps yet, but you probably can navigate to whatever topic you want. Topic number one today is organizing a house. When you go to somebody's house and you see that the dining table is not where it's supposed to be and things like that, that really bothers me. So we'll talk about that. The second one is second one is a very fun. Well, I can call it fun or I can call it embarrassing. I put out the most embarrassing fun video, which translates to I put out a video where I'm in my underwear. Yeah, I did that. Okay, topic number three is how the world is a lie. This line, the world is a lie, has stuck with me for almost 7, 8 years now. Because, the more you start learning about the world, the more you start learning about news, you realize everything is fake. You realize everything is manufactured. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the brand Minimalist. The reason we're talking about the brand Minimalist today is because I made a video about them 2, 3 something months ago. It reached something like 300,000 views and stopped. And now, in the last 2 weeks, it has crossed 3 million on my Instagram. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about all of the people that come into these videos or into this video and are defending Minimalist. Okay, we'll get to. I'm already going into the details. Let's see. That is one thing. And the last one is the topic of relationships, more like topic of being single at 40. That's the last topic. If I cover these 5 topics today, I think it'll be a good podcast. I think I would have covered at least 15, 20 minutes of your time. I would have wasted 15, 20 minutes of your time. Let's go. House organization. Whenever I see, okay, I believe in a place for everything and everything in its place. So whenever I see, for example, a dining table is not in its place, or all of the chairs of the dining table are not in its place, and some random shit has replaced the dining chair. Let's say a table fan has replaced the chair or something. To me, that's just okay. I'm going to say it. It's disgusting. I was to be polite and be like, oh, it bothers me a little bit. No, it's not a little bit. It really does bother me. It's pretty disgusting. It's like the primary function of the dining table is to be able to dine in on that table. The primary function of those 6 chairs are for people to be able to sit on those 6 chairs. I understand that there may not be 6 people in that household every day. But, hear me out. You bought a dining table with 6 chairs. It should be used with 6 chairs. Any or all of the 6 chairs should be able to be used at any point in time. I don't want one chair to become a clothes rack. Well, I'm not saying I don't want, it's not like it's not my house, but I don't like it when one chair becomes a clothes rack, one chair becomes something, some food things are stored on it. Yeah, there might be reasons like, oh, the house is small or we are in the middle of organizing, whatever. If it's temporary, I understand. But if that's become the role of the chair, or half the dining table has been dedicated to storing, say, like a water filter, that's when it really bothers me. Because let's respect things for what they are, or let's not buy things that we don't need. which means if 90% of the time, if we are going to use only two chairs of the dining table, let's buy a dining table with just two chairs, then use the rest of the space to buy dedicated pieces of furniture to store whatever you want to store, whether it's a whole bunch of snacks or a water filter or a table fan, whatever the fuck it is, it should go in its dedicated space, a place for everything and everything in its place. It's not just the fact that we don't follow these rules. These things, the stuff in these houses, the way you keep your house, also it affects your mind. When you know that your dining setup is ready to be used at any time, all the six chairs have the same purpose, which is to sit down and have food. That is one less decision you have to take. That is, your mind is clear about that space of the house and its function. Everything else, everything else will have to have its own space, obviously. But what I'm saying is, when something else takes up space on the dining table, it invades the space and it takes away from the essence, from the purpose of the dining table. And that subconsciously affects your mind and how you function. It reflects on you and your thought process, on how you live life, how you do things, how you go about your things. If you don't respect a dining table for what it is and leave it alone, and you let other things invade the space of a dining table, it means you yourself don't have structure. For example, your fitness is negotiable. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you want to go to the gym, but you're okay to squeeze in something else on a Wednesday and skip gym. It reflects, if that is your, you have to respect things for what they are, what they're made for. Gym time is gym time. You have to do it. Yoga time is yoga time. So, yeah, that was my little thing about spaces and how they reflect your mental space. Your space reflects your mental space. That's a cool line. All right. Okay, it's like it's almost 1 a.m. So I'm a little uh sleepy. But we'll do this. I just have the urge to have a podcast. I have the urge to have a podcast because I just finished my therapy. And my therapist was like, you have a lot going on in your mind. I think you should put it out as a podcast. He said a few good things, that will boost my ego. Like, you have a good voice and you have good articulation and you look good. Like, okay, I'll agree to all of those to some level. I do believe that I have a lot to offer. But having a podcast sitting by my own, just talking on my own is a little weird. I've tried this before. I've tried it for like 30 something episodes and really got bored. But it generally happens that I respect whatever my therapist says, and I try to follow his advice and do the homework he gives me. The time it turned out very well for me in terms of getting views. There was a session on relationships and how I'm single at 40 and how I have come to become, not only come to accept it, I've come to enjoy it so much so that I don't want a relationship. He's like, all right. During that session, he's like, you have pretty valid, good thoughts about it. Why don't you make a video about it? I made a video. It did some 2.6 million views now, 5,000 plus comments, 100K something likes. And so, I take his advice and it also has served me well. So I thought, well, why postpone this podcast idea to tomorrow? let's why not just do it now? Because all of these thoughts are fresh. Some of these topics we even dealt with in the therapy session today. So that leads me to preponing topic number 5, because we've already opened this Pandora's box of relationships. How I've reached a state of bliss, a state of not just acceptance, but a state of bliss in being single. What are some of the things? I have got a lot of DMs. There are two types of DMs I get. One is people that approach me. Okay, that video, when I put out a video saying it's very difficult to be able to accept the idea of getting into a relationship when you're 40, guys took it at face value. None of the guys were like, oh, this is a call out. This is well, most guys were like, this is how it is. Yes, it is. You become much more what do you call that, discretionary in your choices, something like that. So most guys, what I'm saying is, fuck, okay, most guys agreed with me saying, yeah, when you get comfortable being alone, it's very difficult to accept someone else in your life. But for some reason, the ladies the ladies took it as an invitation. Dude, hundreds, probably thousands of messages in my inbox approaching me in some way. Like, some people just, let's go out on a date. You're hot, you're attractive. Look at me, this face. I know I'm not top tier, but I know I'm okay, but I'm not top tier. But like hundreds and thousands of messages. Some of them, let's go for a coffee, let's go for a date. I wish I could find someone like you. There's not many people that I can relate to so much on such a level. Your video really spoke to my soul. Versions of this came in only from the women. The women took it as an invitation that when I say I'm single at 40, it means I'm inviting applications. It basically became like a dating like my resume. But the guys actually took it for what it was meant for. Most guys. There was some guys who were like, oh, this guy is just. No, actually, I don't remember. I think some guys were like, yeah, I'm also single at 40, but I'm ready for it. Like, they started in the comment section. The comment section became a dating pool in itself, wherein I've actually seen comments that went saying, wow, this comment section is a much better space than a dating app. So that happened, and I'm very happy it happened. But through this podcast, I want to put it out there. That video was not an invitation for people to approach me. It was never intended as an invitation for people to slide into my DMs. So I kind of appreciate and empathize with people who write to me. But it's like, I'm not the guy. I'm just not the guy. All right. That was topic number 5. Prepone to topic number 2. We have 3 more topics left. Doing 17 minutes, something like 15 minutes. I put out one of the most uncomfortable, out of my comfort zone sort of videos this evening. I was in my underwear. I tried a get ready with me sort of a video. My inspiration was 100% Vitor Arruda from Argentina. He is this bigger guy, fat, obese sort of guy, who has redefined what it means to be obese or fat or thick or big, whatever, man. I don't care. I'm a big guy. I'm a fat guy. I don't care about the terminologies. You are what you are. So he makes these good videos. His main premise is he'll he'll take a photo of a model, uh, typically good looking, what the world considers good looking, typically good looking in shape man who's dressed well. Obviously, he takes that photo and he says, "Is it is it a fit? Is it a fit, or is it just that he's thin?" Something like that. The premise being fat guys cannot look that good. And then he takes it and he tries to recreate a similar wardrobe on himself. Him being a thick, big, fat guy, arriving at these really well done wardrobes. That's the appeal. He's very popular on Instagram. So I've been watching his videos for a few weeks now, and I'm like, I want to try something new. And tonight I tried something new. And I used the exact same music that he uses in most of his videos. And I did a GRWM, get ready with me, GRWM sort of a video, and I put it out. And the first clip of the video in Vitor's video is him standing in an underwear. And I did the same exact thing. It was very, very uncomfortable for me. Dude. And but I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. I did it. I really liked my outfit. I also like that I was going way beyond my comfort zone. Like, when you want to do something, you should just do it off, because nobody will remember this. Nobody is going to really take you to account for making a video or hold you accountable for making a video in your underwear. Who the fuck cares? At least I got it off of my mind. I had an idea and I did it, and I know now what it feels on the other side, what it feels to have done that, what it feels to have been so vulnerable and put yourself out there in this manner. I know now. It's not alien territory anymore. And I might do it again. The problem is that this video did not get any traction. It's the worst performing video on my profile. And I guess I'm not meant to be showing off good fits. I guess I could launch a series like, is it a fit, or is it just that it's Vitor Arruda? Because he can pull it off. My video just went nowhere. But again, knowing what I know about social media, you cannot conclude anything just with one video. Also, maybe the timing of the video was wrong. I put it out on like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening. Maybe I should upload it or at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the evening, because that's the good timing. So people who are in Bengaluru, for sure, I can tell you that 6 p.m. It starts from 4 p.m. ish. So whoever, if you're a content creator from Bengaluru, 6 p.m. is the time. That is a sweet spot. I've done the analysis. I've taken notes. I've observed and studied a lot of local creators, and 6 p.m. is the time for you to put out. It's the best time for you to put out a video on Instagram. I can tell you with confidence if you're from Bengaluru. So I did this thing. I did a GRWM style video, put myself out way, way, way out of my comfort zone. It felt good creating the video. I felt good in the fit. It just not a great deal of encouragement, because the video did not do good numbers, which is okay. Rinse and repeat. We'll try something new tomorrow. The reason I'm doing all of this is because I've just become more and more invested in Instagram. Slowly, I want to move to YouTube and whatever other platform is there. But for now, Instagram is my primary platform. I like being out there. I like putting my voice out there. I like the attention that I get from it. And I like the opportunities that are coming my way because of it. So, I mean, what's not to like? This is a great way to live life and make a living out of it. Instagram, YouTube. Yeah. Oh, we've done some 20 minutes now. Okay. The world is a lie. This is another video I put out today. Doing okay numbers, not, it didn't run like my other videos. But the world is a lie is this thing where, for example, I'll give you a few examples. There is enough evidence now, if you want to believe, that the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center was an inside job. The prime proof that I've seen is that these buildings come straight down, come crumbling straight down, not crash, not topple, not explode, but they systematically come straight down and just become dust. And that, some people saw that, some people studied the patterns of how buildings are actually taken out through detonation, through planned detonation. This happens in, this is a, what do you call that? This happens in construction. It's a valid technique used in construction. So some people saw that. Some people even say that there were explosions just before the airplane crashed into the tower. So, like, if you dig deeper into this, you'll see that this whole thing was an inside job, and terrorists were blamed. I've not gone digging deeper into this, but I'm convinced that it was fake. Similarly, I'm much more convinced that the moon landing was fake. Without using too many words, I'm going to prove it. Here's the thing. You went to the moon in 1960 something, 1967. What happened after that? It's 2025. You're telling me that in the last almost 60 years, you haven't been able to go back again? I mean, do you know how how technology works, right? A little bit of AI comes out and then everybody is in the game. ChatGPT came out and then Google, Microsoft, Perplexity, everybody came in. Like, new people start coming in, old legacy companies start investing everything into AI. That's how technology works. Once the door is opened, it's a mad race. The moon, you went to the moon and then nobody ever fucking went to the moon. You're telling me that we don't have technology today to take us to the moon, but you did it in 1967. Today, like little kids, we are clapping when Elon Musk can land his rockets back. How did you land on the moon? Like, we take off from the Earth, and it's a great big achievement to land back on Earth. But somehow, 60 years ago, you shot off from the Earth and landed on a completely alien territory successfully. People walked out of this spacecraft, and danced on the fucking moon. What the fuck? How? These are just it's not conspiracy. These are just lies that were advertised really well to the whole world to establish this one country as a superpower. If there's, you know what, this is the bad thing, but also the good thing about the US. The US, hands down, is the best country in the world. Not for the culture, not for its music or movies or the moon landing or whatever. But the number one top tier talent that the US has is branding, advertising, visualizing, naming things. They can name anything. They've taken yoga and they've successfully rebranded it, repackaged it, repackaged all the poses: downward dog, butterfly pose, lizard pose, warrior pose. Instead of calling names as they are, they repackage it and sell like fucking nobody's business. They take any concept has a name, any type of hair has a name, any type of race has a name, any type of language has a name. Like everything has a name, and everything has a story. Everything is branded really well, which is why the big brands have always come from the US. Oh, yeah, the mic is on. Big brands have always come from the US because they're so good with this creating a story and building a story and selling a story. The moon landing was just that. It was just a story sold really, really well. So the world is a lie. A few more examples. Back here in India, the Taj Mahal is a symbol of love. It's not a symbol of love because the guy had four wives, out of which I think he murdered one of the wives, and this was like the fourth or fifth wife, and it's just like not love, man. This is just advertised as love. I guess India also did a good job with that. Taj Mahal is a lie. The Titanic apparently was not an accident. It was a planned taking out of some of the biggest names in the oil industry, which the other group of big people wanted gone. So they sent them out on this ship, on this unsinkable ship, and they sank. An iceberg apparently should not have made such a ship sink. Most recently, Vantara. I mean, when rich people do things nowadays or anytime, you should simply think that they want the opposite. Because Vantara was opened as this forest bliss, big, vast forest bliss. Of course, it's not. It's just another factory to sell carbon credits. There's a very, very powerful video. I don't remember the name of the creator, but she basically starts off the video saying, this guy, Mukesh Anant Ambani, bought your future and you're here trying to buy your next iPhone. This is the opening line. I've seen other videos that have literally copied her script and made videos exactly with her script. Shame on you fucking copycats. But this girl, if you have seen the video, please, I don't know what the title of the video is, but share it with your friends because she made such a good case study out of it. The summary of it is that Vantara is not this great big natural bliss for animals. It is simply for large industries around the world to keep continuing their pollution on the planet and erase off their guilt by buying carbon credits from Vantara, from India, from Ambani. Guess what? It's a double blow because one, it puts no pressure on the polluting industries to stop or reduce the pollution. They can go on polluting the environment now. Two, it makes gigantic amounts of money for the fucking Ambanis who the last thing they need is money, but for some reason they are so greedy for money. Makes the rich richer. It makes the rich less guilty. While here, the poor people and the middle class people are paying 40, 50, 30% of taxes. And we are being forced not to use plastic bottles, not to use plastic cups. Oh shit, don't use these fucking straws. Turn off your fucking bulb. Bro, here's another statistic. In 90 minutes, a billionaire creates the amount of pollution or uses the amount of energy that an average person uses in their entire lifetime. Again, the amount of energy that is used by a billionaire in 90 minutes, 90 hours, is equal to the amount of energy an average person uses in their entire fucking life. So the world is a lie. Them telling you to turn off the fucking tap, turn off the lights when you get out. No, dude, it makes an iota of a difference. It does make a difference, but it makes barely any difference. It's almost negligible when compared to these fucking big pollution machines. Yeah. On the topic of copying, this will be our last topic. So one girl makes a powerful video and everybody else copies it. Indian brands are such an expert, such shameless copycats. So this brand called Minimalist copied the ordinary. Everybody knows that. They even apologized in the beginning when people started calling them out. They apologized that we did copy, but that already bothers me. But what really bothers me now is because my video about Minimalist has reached 3 million something, hundreds of comments, maybe thousands. I don't remember the last number, but I think it's over 1,000. 1,500 comments at least. A majority of these comments are like, hey man, what are you crying about? I don't see anything wrong in this. I, Dude, it literally makes me speechless. If you don't see what's wrong in copying someone else's hard work, I don't have anything to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. That's the end of the conversation. If I have to explain to you that it is wrong to copy someone else's hard work, make money from it, what has the world come to? What are we doing? What are we even doing? Am I walking amongst these people? Like when I go out into the world, I go out with, I want to call it like a pure heart, like an innocent approach. But like these people exist. The people that think that copying and making money without working hard is a legitimate way and it's not wrong. People are asking me, why are you crying? अकल के लिए भी नकल चाहिए होती no, sorry. नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए होती है. Like, yo. Oh, and the greatest justification is that minimalist products are really, really good. So don't hate on minimalist. I don't want to hear any hate on minimalist. Okay. Hey, Mr. Really, really good product. If you were so good, why did you not launch on your own terms, on your own branding? Why did you not create original branding? You needed to ride someone else's wave for people to even consider you. Sure, I never said minimalist products are bad or they don't work. That's not at all the point of my video. My video clearly called out them copying someone else's hard work, proven concept, and simply ride that wave to make their products reach the consumer, the customer, the shameless Indian customer, the shameless Indian consumer that thinks there's nothing wrong in using a copied product and supporting plagiarism. So that's my whole video. People are like, oh, you're crying because you did not make 3,000 crore. Why? What's stopping you from making 3,000 crore? Bitch, that's exactly what's stopping me from making 3,000 crores because I don't want to put my time, energy, and ethics in that direction where I don't create something original, where I profit off of the hard work of someone else. That is exactly what's stopping me. Like when these people ask me, I'm like, yo, this is a fucking devil. Like these devils walk amongst us, and I have no idea who these people are unless they voice their opinion. These people I'm interacting with them. Of course, I've seen enough devils in my career who have profited. You know what? I think that's why this stings me so much is because there have been multiple times when people took my work and profited and made crores. I'm not even kidding. They made crores from my work without giving me a single rupee from that. yeah, I think maybe that's why I get so triggered or so bothered when I see copycat s- copycat products become successful. Maybe that's why I launched a whole series of Indian brands that have no self-respect at all. It's a matter of self-respect, man. You have to respect yourself enough to not want to to not even think about copying someone's work. Like that's how you live life. It's not something to remember. It's just who you are. Either you are a good person and you never think about copying or taking advantage of someone else's hard work, or you're not a good person. It's as simple as that. If you've done that, if you've taken advantage of someone to build your own life, wow, you are the bottom of the bottom of the bottom layer of the society. You deserve no respect and you have no self respect. And you're not even aware that you don't have self respect. Yeah, let's end. How are we going to end it? All right. Um, the end is just going to be my plan for the week, or at least for tomorrow. I'm very excited to continue my drums lessons. I started 6 months ago, and I've made good enough progress. I put out these drumming videos once in a while on my Instagram, and I've been able to play Linkin Park songs like at an 80% skill level, which to me is just fucking unbelievable, fucking phenomenal that I'm able to appreciate the songs of one of my favorite bands through music itself, through playing along to their music, which is just to me mind blowing. Um, really excited for my drums lesson tomorrow. Another thing to be excited about is gym. Going back to the gym. I've done yoga today and yesterday, and tomorrow, of course, I need something more harder. So I'll go back to the gym. These are some things that you wake up to, and you can focus on these things and really just zone out for that 1 hour or 2 hours, because the world is a lie, and you really need a break from the world. You need to keep yourself distracted in something that's fulfilling. The world is out to get you, man.